Hello Ds, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. Today it's sunny, nice and warm back again. Oh, the summer days are back in town. We are on Albir Beach to let you know the latest news update. First of all, we'll be talking about the situation in terms of tourism. Then we'll be talking about what neighbors of Benidorm are proposing as brand new projects for the upcoming year, and some of these ideas are quite interesting. You will be shocked. And the last news will be about 3 people that were arrested for selling falsified items back again in Benidorm shops. And we will top it all up as usual with the weather forecast for the next 7 days. So let's start today's video. The situation of tourism. Obviously, the peak season is almost here. There's quite a lot of people. There are many changes in Benidorm town and around it. For example, for all those of you who are coming with mobility vehicles or who are renting a mobility vehicle and need some parking space in Benidorm, just so that you know, there's quite a lot of these and free of charge around all Benidorm. The recently opened ones are in Rincon de Loix between the Hospital Clinic Ahmed Levante, plus the Hotel Pueblo Benidorm and the Sundays and Wednesdays market. In all that area, there's brand new parking slots, and the latest one is for around 110 spaces. Caravans supposedly are not allowed in that space, but since there is no signs, or at least there weren't before, many caravans were parked in these areas. It's a very wide space to park. You know, there were not a lot of cars, but I do think that police went there and let them know they need to leave, because lately I didn't see so many caravans out there any longer. There are contests of tapas and pinchos right now up until day 23 more or less. You are able to try out some typical Spanish tapas, and here on the screen you have a complete list of the restaurants where you can try this out and vote for your favorite tapa or pincho. Also, there's Night of San Juan, which will be happening in La Cala Finestrat next to Benidorm's Poniente Beach. Epic concert, a very nice event, really recommended if you will be here in the area. Followed by, or better to say during all this time, from 20th more or less up until 29th, there's going to be hogueras in Alicante. Typical traditional celebration of the region of Alicante and the city itself. You need to go there, check it out. All the celebrations, the fireworks, mascleta, which are firecrackers during daytime, with some like music sound effects. There is huge hogueras, which are sculptures as well. They're being burned to the ground. Typical Spanish tradition, you know it already. They love to burn things to the ground and start fresh several times a year. These are some interesting dates that are coming to our region. Starting from then on, July and August, there's not going to be so much going on. It's just going to be pure tourism, beach, sunshine, swimming, excursions, etc. But right now in June, we still have quite a lot of interesting events coming up. So if you will be here, don't miss these, because it's the essence of our region of province of Alicante. The second news that I wanted to share with you all is about the neighbors of Benidorm that have voted and have presented different ideas for the city itself. Every now and then, Benidorm gives an opportunity for all those who live here or have a property here to submit some ideas to make things better inside of our favorite city of all. And this time there are quite interesting ideas. For example, an elevator from El Castel, or illuminate or make lights on the island of Benidorm. We'll go into that slightly more in detail right now. The town hall received 82 different ideas of investment and different building works, refurbishments for the city of Benidorm town. Afterwards, these are in different types of areas. For example, some of them are in terms of security, some of them are in terms of lights and making better the streets or the municipal parks in different areas that people use, parkings, and much more, or just aesthetically pleasing things. Okay, so each of the categories will have one winner at the end of this contest, and it might become actually true. Of all these, an elevator towards the viewpoint below the castle viewpoint. So the castle viewpoint is the one that is located in the old town of Benidorm, which is this one right here. And from there's some quite dangerous stairs going down, and there's the loveliest viewpoint inside of the sea itself. So some of the neighbors did say it might be a good idea to put an elevator there so that people with reduced mobility would be able to access it, or pensioners, elderly people, you know, that are not able to climb so many stairs any longer, or small children with boogies. Right now it's not possible. There's no other access than that. So having an elevator or a platform of a kind to go there might be a good solution. Let us know if you like some of these ideas and what you would like to have done. Maybe you have your own ideas that, since Benidorm Town Hall is watching our videos, that is confirmed already, maybe they will see it. Who knows if it's a good idea and if it's worth actually to bringing it into reality. Apart from that, there's an idea to illuminate, to put some lights on the island of Benidorm. Don't think it's really a good idea because there's a lot of birds. It's like a naturally preserved area, so animals, birds, and in general all the live creatures would not really like so much all these neon lights. But looking from Benidorm town to it, it might be looking gorgeous actually. Put jasmine, or in Spanish it's called galán de noche, which is this plant right here, which smells incredibly sweet at night, and not a lot of people can tolerate it. Some people can, but others actually get dizzy, they get a headache of it and not feeling really well. So it's not for everyone, but having some flowers or having something planted on the streets of Benidorm, even more than we have right now, might not be such a bad idea. Close down finally the bar on the island of Benidorm and open up instead of it a museum or different type of environmental museum of a kind that would educate people about our region. One of the neighbors is asking tourist tax, symbolic tourist tax, €1 a day, that's it. Others are asking to change the missing, better to say put out the missing tiles on the Rainbow Promenade on the Poniente beach. Others to replace the broken tiles on the benches right by the Hotel Bristol, where the municipal library is located. Put a place where people would be able to repair, such a kind of repair shop outside on the streets, in the center, I don't know, on the beach area, whatever it is, to repair bicycles, whatever you go on one. If you need something desperately, you can do it there. Mobility like electric scooter itself or things like this, so you would be able to repair these on the street. Like Guerra Park, put on something on the ground that it would stop being so slippery as it actually is right now, because these tiles are so slippery, let me tell you. It is insane. If it has been raining or if it's humid outside, when you go down the La Guerra Park, it's very difficult not to fall down if you're not careful. So that's quite a good measure. Better lights, so better illumination, better light system in Benidorm town and some specific streets, which is great as well. Electric buses, public transport, more history and more boards around the town that would show you places of interest, information about different streets, curiosities, etc. Which I completely say yes, go for it. Please do something like this. And I think Benidorm is onto it already, but just to be sure, if you'd like something like that, say yes here in the comments. The more ideas you will put, the more information you will put here in the comments, the more town hall will see it, and maybe seeing that tourists would also want these changes will make a difference. That would be enough to make these changes. There is much more of different ideas here. Let us know if maybe you have your own. We'll be reading here in the comments. The last news that I wanted to share with you all is about a never-ending story of falsified items in Benidorm. It's not only here, it's everywhere you go in Spain. Mostly Chinese, not Chinese bazaars, but like typical shops oriented to tourists. In Benidorm, there are so many of them. And everywhere you go, whenever you go to the shop, you can see like Hugo Boss, Armani, Tommy Hilfiger. You can see I don't know, different types of t-shirts of sports, like football teams as well, full equipment. Obviously it's not real, okay, because it costs like 20 times less than it would usually cost you, or maybe even less than that. Thus people still buy it, people still take it because, you know, they love the logo, they love the design, maybe they don't feel like spending hundreds of euros on it, so they actually purchase them. And since don't want to say of all the nation, but to be honest with you, those who sell usually are coming from Asia, India, Pakistan, etc. There's some great people from these countries, don't get me wrong, not all of them are bad, but for some reason Asian countries do not have any kind of understanding of intellectual property, any kind of understanding of the brand property, and they feel it's okay. Some people also feel it's okay because, to be honest, I don't think it's completely fair to pay such an overprice for more or less the same material you will get normally, but just for the logo, just for the brand name, to wear it because you're doing them an advertisement, not they are doing you a favor. You're doing them a favor by wearing their brand everywhere. They should be paying us, not we should be paying them. But since people buy it, this is what you pay for. You pay for a brand, you pay for a name, you pay for a logo on your t-shirt. That is why the richest and most smart people don't actually wear these type of things, or at least something that wouldn't show a logo so much, because they know it's absolutely, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Which is why these shops keep selling these things, people keep purchasing them, and obviously if you purchase it, that's fine, no one's gonna go after you. But 3 more people and 1 more shop has been closed. Once again, it's like Asian, like from that side, Asia side, owners that when arrested, 2 males and 1 female, between 30 and 50 years old, they got arrested. Obviously they will just go with the fine, no one's gonna send them to prison, they will just pay a fine, and they will issue an order maybe to close the shop or to maintain it closed up until they take down all these things. All falsified items have been taken down and will be destroyed, but something tells me that in less than a month's time they will be back on track and they will start selling these things back again, because that's how they make a living. Up until the next time, they earn way more than the fine that they pay, so they don't really care, they just pay it and they continue with their lives. Let us know what you do in these cases. Are you a fan of buying authentic only, or if you don't mind buying of items that you know they're not real, just because you like them, just because you like the logo maybe, and you are not keen on spending such a ridiculous amount of money on the authentic branded things, only because of the brand and because of the name. The weather forecast for today, as you could have seen, we've had quite some rain here in the area. It wasn't the worst here in Benidorm, I must say, and the most curious thing is that we've seen UK's social media, we've seen UK's newspapers, and what they did say was that Benidorm was so dangerous for tourism. There were storms, thunderstorm, hail alert. My God, people just don't stop lying about it. There were alerts in Alicante region, but not here in Benidorm. Yes, there was a rainstorm here. Yes, it did pour for some time, but it's nothing like the pictures that they post that are supposed to be next to Benidorm, and it's actually in Barcelona. Nothing like they post that it's Benidorm or right next to Benidorm, and it's in Murcia. So each time when you read this type of news, check out where it actually is located. Check out the Spanish news. A lot of them are available in English too. Check our channel to see if it's actually true. Ask us in the comments. We will be there to answer all your doubts, as some people are doing already. But it wasn't as bad here as it was in Alcoy, in around Murcia, in Barcelona as well. It was in Barcelona, it was the worst, probably one of the worst that we've seen here in Spain. But now it's all gone. Now it's all sunny, so let's show you around and you'll see how many people are even on the beach of Albir, which is bizarre. This is what the weather is looking like today. There's still some clouds, but nothing major, and as a result there's a lot of people here on the beach. Right there in front of us there is Altea, as you can see, also busy. Even the paid sunbeds are quite busy, and Albir is looking incredible today. It's sunny in almost all the entire country. There's gonna be some slight rain in north parts of it, but not here. Temperatures of around 30 degrees, maybe slightly more on the sunshine at some specific points of the day. And like this, it's gonna be the whole entire week, around 30 degrees in our region of Benidorm and beyond it. The water temperature today is of 22 degrees, which is also great for all those who are going for a swim in our lovely Mediterranean Sea. Thank you for accompanying us in today's latest news update. We wish you an incredible day, great holidays if you're coming on ones. Hydrate yourselves, wear some sun hats, sunscreen, grab some bottles of water, and enjoy as much as you can. We'll see you in a new video. Bye, teas.